Well, you
It's
all
all
have
true.
heard about the real wild nerd. It's the vile one. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, it's the vile one.
because of the
You
updates
better
to
turn around,
StreamYard.
better keep it knocking down. It's the vile
Okay,
one.
you are not singing the song at all. I don't know how
I
many times you've
know.
heard it, but
Are you kidding? It
because
sounds
of the
exactly like the song.
yeah, due to the change in StreamYards, I can no longer play with the free account my clips. So, here's one of the things I was thinking about doing. If we were talking on Chris Knight's stream about bringing back Jepnerdy,
Mm-hmm.
I will start reposting the Patreon link on videos and stuff. And if I can get, like, apparently StreamYards is now like $36 a month. If I can get, like, enough patrons, speaking of the devil, how you doing, Chris?
How you doing? I'm doing well.
Yeah, have you seen the changes to StreamYards?
Yeah, I saw it last night. I haven't gone through it all yet. I'll have to deal with it tonight.
So
Why don't you
my
guys
idea
use
was
FMux?
Because honestly, I'll tell you the same thing I tell everybody about Restream and everything. I've looked at them all, and they're all where StreamYards was when StreamYards started. They have just as many problems, and I've been with StreamYards all this time. They've done more. They still listen when you ask them to change some stuff. I understand the cost of it, but I mean, it's like when people talk about finding an alternative for YouTube. You can jump around 1,000 times if you want. At the end of the day, it's going to be YouTube that you get the most presence out of.
Yeah, for my daily shorts, I post 6 videos a week for the last few months, or for the last month and a half or so. By far, my average views on YouTube are about 10 times higher than they are on Instagram or TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I only get between 1,000 and 1,500 views on YouTube, which for a channel like mine with less than 300 subscribers is a lot.
So I haven't actually set up a stream yet or not. I don't really know for sure exactly all the little
Presumably, if you
changes.
have a paid StreamYards, then those features are still functional. It's just unpaid people who don't get those functions anymore. That's unfortunate.
I put the link for EveMux in there so you can check it out, Mike. It's similar to StreamYard.
The library now shows the video and like a thumbnail for the video. That's interesting. I still have all the destinations. You're still able to control Dandelion, you're still able to control the StreamYard. You can let people in and out.
You know what? Whenever I go into StreamYards, I never seem to get to that.
I have to look back up how to do that.
Yeah, that doesn't seem to be the StreamYards that my computers are going to. Like it's going to whatever I had or something. Yeah. I don't know. But I just I don't ever use it much except for to join other people.
I don't know exactly the differences yet. I'm just looking here.
Well, as I said, when I was trying to upload clips for the political stream last hour, I was mad that they're like, "Oh, in order to upload clips, you gotta have the paid version." Like, shit. What about the ones I already have uploaded? Anytime I tried to play it, it was like, "Nope, you gotta upgrade now." So I've still got all the clips available. I just can't play them without upgrading. And of course, they raised the price. So here's my idea, and tell me what you guys think. If I can get up to about 25 patrons for about $25 a month, I'll bring back Jepnerdy.
That sounds good.
Unfortunately,
I will say, just because you brought it up just a minute ago, the lower price one is $44.99 a month, or if you can get up to a year, If you can get a year's worth, it's $32.66. So that's something.
Well,
now,
when I
Chris,
hit the thing, sorry for interrupting, real quick, but when I hit the thing, it said $35.99 for the core plan a month.
That's maybe where you're at, because I'm looking at it right now and it's $44.99 on here. If it's set to bill yearly, it was $35.99. Right now, it's a 22% off discount, which is $32.66, but it's paid in bulk over the year.
Okay.
Question, Chris?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I can log into your StreamYards, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So theoretically, I could play videos on VileMike's stream?
No.
No.
The only one who would be able to is LDG, because he would get two control people. I'm one of them on my channel. LDG is my other one because he was helping me out. So he could play them because he has the paid version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there's another way to do this. And we can talk off stream about it, because I'm sure it violates something along the lines of what you can and can't do. But
Chris, can I ask you a question real quick? So the that referral link that we always post, where it says $10. That's when you first start the pay as you go, right, per month. That $10 would apply to that, correct?
Yes.
That $10 is your first month.
That's your very first month.
And I don't know if that's for both plans or just a core plan. I'm assuming it's a core plan because I don't see them doing it. But you pay $10 for the first month, and then the person whose link you click on gets $20 applied to whichever plan they have.
All right, so I just
$10 discount.
Yeah.
Okay.
If someone were to click on that and sign up for StreamYards, I would get, according to their thing, an actual $25 credit towards my account.
Yes.
Correct.
So, now you can only do it once per email address, and you have to get the paid version. So it's not like if you went for a free account, it wouldn't count. No.
Right. No. Yeah, you have to buy. The person that you do it for has this. I know because we've been paying for our StreamYard for a while. The person has to purchase that the very first pay plan. They have to get that. When they do get that, and that's confirmed, that 25 credit goes towards whatever else you pay. Like if you were short, then they would apply that $25. Say if you were short paying for it, they would take care of the 25 and cover that for you, and they would cover that over that period of time. And the person who starts that, they get a $10 bill that says, "Okay, I only have to pay $10 for the first month," and then after that they go on. So
yeah,
that's the way I understand it.
The other option I was thinking about was I could start streaming through Skype and OBS.
Well, and here's the thing: you can still do OBS on here. The difference is, and I'll tell you what the problem is on OBS and Skype, and you'd have to talk to LDG. He can do this, but what it is, because I've done this with him, and we did a game show a few years ago called The Chase, and I'm trying to think, Shadow Hunter. If you guys ever ran into him, I think he's in college now, but he wanted to do these two game shows, but he didn't have a StreamYard that we could do it with or something like that. But what LDG did is he took the cutouts of people on here and placed it in OBS in certain places. And so as I changed scenes, it put people in each spot. The problem is you had to have the exact amount of people set up. So if you knew you're going to have 5 people, you had to use a box with 5 people, and you can set up multiple. You can set up multiple scenes in OBS and do that, and then you can play.
I remember that
clips.
That was a ton of work.
Yeah, I did that a couple of times for Jeff Nerdy. I did that a couple of times, but one of the reasons we stopped doing it was because OBS at the time was having issues playing the plugins for videos.
Well, and they have that occasionally, that issue. They haven't recently, that I know of, but
but at least on OBS, I could upload all my little videos again, like the ones I have on here, and just have them as a play button on OBS.
Yes, but here's the thing with Skype. I've done it with Skype when again, this goes back to when we first weren't able to use Google Hangouts anymore, and we were trying to figure out what to use to stream. Me and Sean Stackhouse, we tried to use Skype, and they may have changed this, but when we tried to resize Skype into into these boxes on OBS, the problem is every once in a while they would resize in the middle of a stream and either become full size, part size, and change, and it killed everything else on the screen. And we tried for months to get that to work, and it never did. And so, again, this goes back to, I understand the cost factor, but StreamYard is literally the best option out there, and I think the second best is Restream. Do me a favor really quick. Are you allowed to take down the little tag, the StreamYard tag up at the top?
Not anymore, no.
You are. No, okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
I still have the VileMike icon loaded, but it won't let me activate it without paying.
Well, here's the thing. If you were to set this up where you would have, 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, whatever, you would have a button or a scene. You'd be like, okay, another person wants to come in, click onto 4, click them in, and then it'd pop in its right box. You can black out that part of it since it's going to be underneath everything, and you can basically make it look like StreamYard. But again, I think the problem with that is then what you're going to have to do is use your stream key in OBS and stream through OBS.
Yes.
You'd be using StreamYard though for structure.
Yes.
And ease of access. And that's an option. I mean, and honestly, if you talk to I'm not the guy to talk about it. I understand what LDG does with it. It's just I'm not as good at those things as LDG, and I'll freely admit it. But that's a good option for people who don't have the money because OBS is free. And if you understand the ease of access, plus, like for me, I have a Stream Deck. I have 2 Stream Decks here. I can set my scenes up on those and just click a button and it does it. And you might look into that because I think the mini Stream Deck here that I have has 6 buttons, and it's like, let me look up here. What is it? Mini.
Excuse me, sorry.
Here you go. Let me see.
No excuse, just take another Coke.
Well, it
looks like about $60. Yeah, but $60, you can get a mini Stream Deck, and by doing that, then everything's at your fingertips for OBS because you can tell it, okay, I got 6 people. You can go into the folder on your buttons, and you can click folder, which is StreamYard guests, and then it'll pop up 6 buttons, and it'll say, or 5 buttons. It'll say 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, or 6 people. And then you just click it, and you don't even have to have OBS up. It can be in the background because that's what I'm doing right now. And like right now, I could come in here and let's see here.
Well, my OBS knowledge is limited, and I don't have any of the plugins I used to have. I'd have to re-download them and redo the whole Windows and themes and everything. But it is something I do know how to do for with limited skills I have. But I could start setting it up. But as I said, I'll start posting for the Patreon thing again. And if I can get, just because my advertising budget, which is what I was taking StreamYards out of beforehand, is like $50 a month at most.
Mm-hmm.
And most of that goes to my promoted listings on the eBay store. Stuff that I, isn't selling right now that I want to be pushed.
So if you look right here, like what I just did, I'm just clicking a button to get these scenes, and it's not as because I don't have it.
Yeah,
so
I know what you're talking about because I had the same thing set up before, and I could just do that easily enough again to add, the eBay video or the eBay commercials as well as the ending clips that I can't play now.
Yeah, but like I said, that's all done by just a click of the button down here. I don't even have to be an OBS to do that. Because it's set up to do certain things in OBS on these buttons. So again, it's like I have a sound effects. Hold on here. I have my sound effects bar in this thing. Make sure I don't blow you guys out, but I have my sound effects, and that's all on a button. I'm about ready to go back and put all my videos on it because whenever I had to redo everything on my computer, I took those off a long time ago. But I can do it. Like I can't do it. Anything's right here. So I mean, if you can get used to it that way, I say that's the best thing. And then again, you can still use StreamYard because StreamYard is a stable way to do this. It's just instead of going live on StreamYard, you would go live in OBS, which means you have to set up your stream every time, which you kind of have to do that anyways with StreamYard. So the only thing is StreamYard, when you sign into your YouTube using it, it automatically talks to YouTube. If OBS could come up with a way to automatically talk to YouTube, so when you set up a stream, it automatically put a stream key in for you like StreamYard did. If they could do something like that, then you could literally build a scene. The only difference is it doesn't allow anybody into your OBS, so you can't have video people.
That's why I was thinking about Skype originally. It would either be Skype or StreamYards.
And I would stick with StreamYards because, again, it's set up to do things like this.
What about EvMux? Have you ever tried EvMux?
Yeah, and like I said, I've looked into things, and I'm not a big fan of it. Because
EvMux reminds me a lot of StreamYard. That's why I suggested it.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah, but like Chris said, I'm assuming it's like StreamYard 5 years ago.
That's what. Once you make a car, when the first car was made, the only thing you could do is do it like Henry Ford did. How can I do a car, but quicker and better? So he came up with the assembly line. Well, he wasn't the only one to do the assembly line, but in car making, he did the assembly line.
I think it was actually Benz that made the first car.
Well, I'm not talking about the first. I'm not talking about the first car. I'm talking about what do you do once the first car is made. Henry Ford made cars, but how do I do it better than them? I have to come up with a process where I can make
Henry
more.
Ford came up with the assembly line, not the car.
Well, did you guys not listen to what I said? I said that. I said I don't know if he actually came up with the assembly line because if I remember right, he saw the assembly line from like a candy manufacturer or something and said if I could do that for cars. And I think he's the one that came up with the assembly line for cars. I'd have to look that up. I don't know that for sure. But that's what everybody else is at right now. It's like we're making this, but we want it to be like this. So StreamYard has done all the work. And the reason, and I'm not saying their prices are correct, I'm not saying this by any means, but the reason why they charge what they do is because they put so much time and effort into it. And they think that's what it's worth. And you can go somewhere. They know you can go somewhere and maybe get a free plan, get a $10 a month plan or something like that. But they also know that they're nowhere near what this is. And what that does is aggravate people who leave because they're like, well, I used to be able to do this on StreamYard. Why can't I do that on here? And then what you find out is maybe their development team with the new place doesn't have as active of a group listening to the people using the system. Because when we came on with StreamYards, from the first day, or not the first day, but when we first moved to it, it was groundwork. It was ground level, and literally every other day something new was coming out because people were writing them. Yeah. And even now, they're still coming out with stuff like every month or two. And I'm not saying all of it's great because really quick, Vile.
Go ahead.
Can you spotlight one of these messages? Are you allowed to do that still?
Yeah, I can still do that.
Spotlight. Okay. So they did change that because if you remember, actually go and present a picture and bring us in.
I can't present pictures anymore.
Okay. Well, I know this. The one thing that still drove me nuts is if you have a panel and like tonight when I do Jackbox games and we're all lined up on the left side of the screen, if I bring up a comment, it blocks out the person in the bottom left. I have talked to them a million times and said, listen, it's very, I feel very bad with guests to block a person out because I'm trying to highlight a comment. I just don't feel right doing it. I do it because sometimes you want to bring up a comment. That's like the one thing I've been talking to them about for years that they haven't fixed. And I don't know if it's a coding issue or something like that, but
I think it's a space issue.
They're just gonna shrink the screen.
Because remember, even when I did something like this, even like when we did it like this before, originally when it brought up the comment, it would still block stuff on the bottom.
Which is why I don't know if it does it tonight. We'll find out. Now this is something that just changed.
One of the things they did change like a couple itinerations ago was it raises everybody up, shrinks them down slightly, removes the name so you could read the fucking comment.
I like that. But I still want the names on. I still want the names on the on the screens. Like, okay, who's there with the comments there? All it says is icons. It'd be nice to have the names when it highlights
I'm okay with
comment.
them removing the while the quote is up, so people focus on the quote to read, not the icon names. Mm-hmm. So I'm okay with that. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because if they're watching, they know who's here. I mean,
sometimes when I come in, though, I have no idea who anybody is.
Yeah, sometimes with the strange icon.
But sometimes the stream, I'm like, because they've left a comment highlighted. And I mean, if I'm on my laptop, everybody's little icon is so small. So unless I know them really well.
Imagine trying to do it from my phone like I'm doing now.
Yeah, exactly. You can't see them if there's not a written name there. So
I can zoom in on my phone.
But like for a while, I know mine on my phone because, before I got my computer fully back up and running.
Before you abandoned this?
I did not abandon you. I didn't abandon you. I was still coming on streams when I could with my phone. I did what I could with what I had.
Yeah, 30 seconds, that was it.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit to all of you. Anyways.
Where's shit? Me no see shit.
Yeah,
you're
come on.
Sitting in it.
Hey, Chris, by the way, I subbed you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you for, I don't know if you fact checked that or not, but thank you for doing that.
I fact checked, and Henry Ford did, in fact, got the idea from a confectionery company in Detroit, Michigan.
I told you.
And what he did was, he felt, well, if I can take this with parts of the cars, like with the Model T, and I can have workers do like different parts.
He saw that.
And his other awesome vision,
idea. Right.
His other awesome vision was if I pay people enough, they will be able to purchase the cars. Right? Yeah. Like the idea was that if people are making enough money, they will be able to afford the cars, and then I can make more cars and sell them to more people.
Now, you guys might not know this, but he also was a very big fan of indentured servitude because he owned a whole area that I think they called Fordlandia or something like that down in South America or something. And he bought all of this rubber plant stuff, and he actually abandoned it because it didn't work for. It was a money pit, and they came up with better ways of making rubber and stuff. But he did make his own tires too.
Good year.
Okay.
But I knew it was confectionery, so I knew it was candy. See, and now this proves you guys wrong, folks. If I can remember that up here, that's why I'm good at Jeopardy and stuff like that, folks. Don't ever question my
your trivial nonsense.
But either way, I will probably need some financial assistance to run StreamYard. So, as I said, I'll start. I haven't put the Patreon link on my stuff in like 6 months since I got this new laptop.
I would help you out, Mike, except for currently all my helping people out money is tied up helping somebody out.
That's fine. I'm not gonna be like demanding. You're not gonna be allowed on the channel unless you're a patron. No, I'm not gonna be like that.
I realize that. I was just saying
no,
that somebody
I'll
else
never be
needs
on here.
money, and if I had that money, I would probably be able to help you out a bit.
Yeah, the federal government still owes me $2,000 from 2006.
Well, I'm owed money too, but I'm not going to be getting that anytime soon.
That's pretty much where I'm at as well. But
I think we're all at that point right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, how sad is it though that with the amount of money I make right now, that a $35 a month cost to do something I do for fun, like these streams, I can't afford.
Right.
Well, I mean, you have a lot of children to support.
Well, it's even still. I mean, when my dad, when I was living with my dad, or growing up with my dad, he liked to paint little soldiers. Like for tabletop gaming type stuff. Except these were like real armies, French, World War I, World War II, Assyrians, Babylonian, stuff like that.
Very cool.
Yeah.
A set would cost him $50, and he probably bought a set a week.
Yeah.
When he was alive, if not more than that.
Yeah.
So, we're not even talking about, that was just sets. We're not talking about the paints, the paint brushes, the magnifying lenses he needed to get after, his eyes started going bad.
Yeah.
The lighting, the tables. I mean, everything that he had to go towards this hobby. He probably spent, I would estimate conservatively, between $300 and $400 a month on this hobby.
Yeah.
Wow.
$300 or $400 a month, I couldn't imagine spending on a hobby. The closest thing I spend on that much money per month on is 1, my rent, 2, my health care, and 3, items for the eBay store.
Right.
And that was it. Yeah. I can see where you can put yourself into a financial corner.
I mean, it's sad to think about it. It would cost me. It was basically 3 hours of my life for working that I'd have to pay to do to put towards StreamYard. And again, I do what, at most 4 or 5 hours of streaming a week.
Yeah.
I mean, there's these two, which is between 3 and, or let's say 3 hours, and if I do a bonus stream.
Yeah. It would be nice if they had kept a few more features available to the unpaid
Yeah, I kind of wish people who had their accounts beforehand got their stuff grandfathered in for the free account.
Yeah. Or at least got a reduced
I understand
rate.
why. I'm still going to bitch and moan about it, but I understand why.
Yeah. We all got to make cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I can. Yeah. No, I know. I mean, even if you're not living, hand to mouth, it's still like you still have to think about every single thing that you're paying for every month. Because I know there's lots of stuff I would love to do every month, but I'm like, I just can't afford to do that. I mean, and it's not like I can't afford to do it, but if I do that, then,
and remember, my rent
cardboard box I'll be retiring into under a bridge. It shrinks it down every time I I
was going to say, my rent for California is extremely cheap because I'm, basically my roommates are family. They only charge me $600 a month. $600 a month to rent a room, including my utilities, including water, trash, all that kind of electricity.
Yeah,
that is a fucking steal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
mean,
actually
where
pretty
we
good
live
for here, but I have a 2-bedroom place, and it's in Canadian dollars. I'm paying $1,400 a month, and the only thing not included in that is the internet. But it's like I said, it's in the Canadian dollars.
Yeah,
and then
you don't want to hear. Yeah, well, then you don't want to hear what Suzanne and I paid for this place. It's considered. We're in Scarborough, so we're outside of Toronto, and it's considered what they call it like a bachelor pad. So and we pay 109 Canadian dollars, and when we add in all the hydro, electricity, and all of that, it's less than 150 Canadian dollars a month.
Well, that's good. Is it like rent controlled or something?
What's that?
Is it like a rent controlled place, or have you been there a really long
no,
time?
This place used to be an old age home, and what they did is the Toronto Housing Commission (THC) turned it into a affordable, low income apartments.
Okay.
And so that's what we live
I don't
in.
qualify for anything like that. Not that there's that much stuff available.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of disabilities. I won't go into them, but my wife has a lot, and I have a few. So we're
and I'm
lucky to have this place.
I'm a capable human being, of working age. So
yeah, I just turned 60. Well, I used to work. I worked. The last time I worked was back in 2017. I was working 2 jobs. I was working for the Dollar Tree, which is the equivalent of Dollarama here in Canada, down there in Arizona. And then I was also working Safeway Incorporated. So I was working 2 jobs every day. And by the time I reached, just before I reached 52, and I had been working like nonstop since I was 17. So 35 years. I finally stepped away and I said I could. And I was able to. And that's what Suzanne did for me. She was able to allow me to step away. Because my dad, who, worked till he was about 60, he had a heart attack that he almost died from. And then I just had a friend of mine, he turned 60 earlier this year, and he almost died. So I'm like, yeah, I told my dad from his hospital bed I was ready to walk away, and I did. I walked away at the right time. If I had to do it all over again, I certainly would do it again. Yeah, absolutely. No hesitation.
Well, you're not making me look forward to turning 60 in 20 years.
I got 40 days to my 50th birthday.
Woo,
40 days? Wow, Elihu. Wow, okay.
Yep.
I keep forgetting that you're like 10 years older than me, Elihu. Because I always think in my head that you're like 4 or 5 years older than me at most.
I turned 54 a month ago.
Most people think I'm in my early 40s. Most people think I'm in my early 40s. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Can someone then explain to me why I look like I'm the oldest one on the fucking panel?
You're not
because you have kids.
No. I'm 60. Hello. I'm turning 60 in less than 2 months. So no, I'm the oldest here.
I said I look like I'm the oldest. Look at Dandelion. Sorry, I'm going to make you solo if I can still do that.
Okay.
Dandelion does not look her age. She looks younger than me.
It's the same reason Chris looks the way he looks. You have kids.
What did you turn? Did you turn 39 last month?
How old am I?
You look 40.
Well, I think part of it is I don't have a very good camera on my computer.
Hold on. Time out. How old do I look, Elihu?
You look about 40-ish.
I'm glad, because I'm 48.
Wow.
So I'm literally the youngest one here, but I look the oldest.
Okay,
Vile,
I think the name of your stream explains why that is.
Mm-hmm.
Caffeine,
I got my gray right
alcohol, nicotine.
Okay.
And you're also living in Southern California.
Cannabis. CNA, cannabis, nicotine, alcohol. Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But not for Mike. He's not cannabissing.
No, he's driving.
Well, I'm not driving at the moment. I'm parked while Mrs. Vile buys stuff for her shop that she's got on Facebook Marketplace.
Nice.
And since she went shopping, it'll be a while. So.
She'll be there for a while.
No,
women go shopping.
An hour at the most, which means she'll be back soon.
Women go shopping. So wait,
are we saying on this panel I'm the oldest?
Yeah.
Is that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You're an old man.
I'm a damn old man.
Yeah, you got to deal with all those little whippersnappers.
Are you going to yell at us to get off your lawn?
No, Elihu. You want to hear something funny? My mom, who's going to be turning in, she's going to be turning 79 in 3 days. And she will tell me, and she'll tell Suzanne, who just turned 59 last month, that we are whippersnappers. My dad will say the same thing. He's turning 81 this year. The man was
Yeah, millennials like, what's a whippersnapper? You're fucking little whippersnapper to know what a whippersnapper is. Damn little
Well,
kids.
No, but they
it's
still
kind of
consider
funny.
us young
Actually,
people.
one thing
No,
I
it
just find
doesn't make any
entertaining
sense.
is watching like reaction videos of
Oh my
like
god.
youngish people listening to like Led Zeppelin and stuff like that, from back
Sure.
when I was
Their
younger.
first reaction.
Paul
It's
McCartney
Right?
was a band
And
before
they're like
Wings.
listening to Stairway to Heaven for the first time, or they're
uh,
listening to like the Cranberries
Yeah, and they think
Zombie
Paul
or
McCartney
something
was
for
Labor.
the
what?
first time.
And they couldn't believe Paul McCartney was in the band before Wings, and Ringo Starr
Yeah.
was only the drummer,
Right?
was only Mr. Conductor. I'm like, what? Ringo Starr
Oh no,
was
no, no!
something else before Mr. Conductor. Come on.
I
So I was
felt called out. I can't remember which of my kids sent it to me, but they sent me a TikTok thing that was called "Grandpa Rock" or
oh
top 10 Grandpa Rock songs.
uh-huh.
And 9 out of the 10 songs are ones that I consistently play with my kids in the car.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
And I'm like, I feel called out, especially when it comes to Kansas, because I love that fucking song, Wayward
Which
Son.
one? Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah. Wayward Son. Yeah.
I love how I love how they actually performed it on Supernatural.
Yeah. And I saw that you did some quotations for Superman. My wife and I saw it the day before it was officially supposed to open here in Canada on the 10th, and we loved it. We liked it. It reminded us of some nostalgic times, with Christopher Reeve and so forth. It was actually pretty good,
I know.
and
You
I
know how
really
most
did.
movies has. You know how most movies has an A plot and a B plot. The B
Yeah,
plot was like about 8 minutes of the whole entire movie. I'm like, I love this. It wasn't going A to B, A to B. It was A, little bit of B, A, little bit of B, A, little bit of B. Like, I love this concept. This concept with James Gunn. Like, dude, this was
yeah,
awesome. It wasn't no pause, long pause. That
yeah,
argument, that interview scene, it
yeah.
did
I,
not feel like 12
wait,
minutes.
wait. But you guys are totally missing the fact about this movie. It is disjointed. It is not a Superman film. It's about 30 different things going on, and then at the end of it all, they're basically using the Superman 4 plot, the original one they wanted to do when they did
Yeah, I
Superman
know.
4.
I,
And
I,
I'm sorry, it's
hold
not
on, I haven't seen it yet, but I will. I want to
okay.
talk about a review that I saw, a non-spoiler review. And the guy did mention that, Chris, that it was very disjointed at times, but it was also very fast-paced. But what he compared it to was an ensemble comic book, like a crossover, in movie form. And that's what he
Yeah,
liked the
okay.
most about it.
Yes, but here's the problem. If you're relaunching the DC, whatever you want to call it, it feels like this movie. Basically, this movie feels like what they tried to do with the Justice League, and people said that happened too quick, and that's why it doesn't work as a boot, as a reboot. And then, not to mention that, but you probably know the character, but one character is in this movie, which ties the old universe into this movie, which makes no sense now because you have killed off and gotten rid of all the other actors.
DC,
And you kept one from that universe, and now you've put them in here. And it's one that still's going on, and it's one that James Gunn had an attachment to.
Yeah, I
Are you
know what you're
talking about
talking about.
Peacemaker?
Yes. And
Yeah.
he's in this. And you can't do that shit. It makes no sense to put somebody like that in there because he was
Yeah.
in the old stuff.
That was
And
one
so,
of the things I didn't that I was worried about, because they were saying that Peacekeeper was going to remain.
yes.
I didn't like that aspect. It's kind of like
Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn's
Yeah.
supposed to still stay.
so
And
yeah. So
James,
Suicide Squad
James,
and Peacekeeper were the only two,
no,
or two of the ones that were
James
supposed
Gunn
to
is
stay.
supposed to explain that with the Pocket Universe in season 2 of Peacemaker.
it
There's supposed to be a
doesn't
difference between
matter.
DCU and
Okay,
DCEU.
yes, but here's the thing. I don't care. You didn't give that explanation before you put a movie out. And again, he is not the type of person that, again, story, a lot of things going on in this. I'm not saying I did not like the movie. I'm not going to say that. I liked the movie. It's just not a reboot in the way that a reboot should be. He doesn't focus solely on Superman, and that's how they should have done it. And also,
Go ahead.
they change a portion of Superman's story, which I think is ridiculous. No other Superman movie has done what he does, and it's disrespectful to the source material. I'm going to say that. And so that also took me out of it.
I haven't seen the movie, but I wanted to bring this up.
I agree with you on that part, Chris.
The way you're describing it reminds me of DC Rebirth. How they wanted to keep certain aspects of the old universe and bring them into the new universe without changing them. And I'm hearing an echo. Hold on.
Echo.
Who's got an echo going on?
I don't know.
I don't have an echo.
But yeah, it was just annoying to see. Like, I want to see Cassandra Cain as Batgirl, but no, they had to bring back Barbara Gordon, but they wanted to keep Cassandra Cain, so they made something else, and it was just really disjointed, and it didn't flow together. If you're gonna reboot, start with a clean slate.
But he's not going to, because here's a problem. And I love James Gunn, but here's the problem with James Gunn. Once he attaches himself to a project, if he likes that project enough, he takes things from that project and says, "Oh, it still counts." And no, I hate to tell you this, it doesn't count. And again, if you're gonna give us an explanation, you give us an explanation before you show us something that defies logic in the universe so far.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with, John Cena reprising his role as Peacekeeper in a reboot.
No.
But what do you mean no?
I said no, I don't have a problem with it either.
Oh yeah. But don't keep the storyline that existed in canon still. Because that canon is attached to the old canon.
Yeah. Originally, James was not going to really explain things, but it was David's idea to put the text at the beginning of the movie to help explain things.
And that's horrible too. That makes to me. It's David, why did I didn't need that. I didn't need that. Again, okay. Here's the deal. Tonight, I think over on General Zod's channel, him and I are going to talk about it. And I saw this movie 2.5 months ago, before everything was finished. I did not see the final scene, because they cut it before that, because they didn't want us to give it away.
They're on the moon, and yeah.
No. I mean,
not the end credit.
The final part of the
fight.
The fight.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they cut it right about the time when he comes into when near the end where he comes in with Lex Luthor. I'll just put it that way. So some of the graphics or some of the CGI wasn't finalized, but it still looked pretty good. So I wasn't worried about that. But the story, so when they said they gave us our grade cards, and I think back then I gave it like a 5.5, 6. And I explained all the stuff I said just now and more. And they normally, sometimes they take those things into account. And when I watched it again, I was like, no, he didn't do that. And I'm not saying I think because people like the look. If I'm just basing it off the look, it's a 10 almost. It's a 9 or a 10 because it looks like it should. And I liked Man of Steel, but this definitely looks more like the Reeve Superman and feels more like the Reeve Superman. There's a little too much campy at times, but it doesn't actually come. But it doesn't actually come from the guy that does Superman.
Chris, I want to ask you a question, Chris. Sorry, Chris. I want to ask you a question. Did you actually find it appealing that James Gunn told the truth, that he said, quote, "There was no plot details in the trailer"? Did you actually find that comforting when you saw the movie and after watching the trailer?
Yeah.
No, actually, the trailers made me, whenever they first started showing those, they made me question this movie right from the get-go. And after watching it, everything I was questioning was a problem to me. So it didn't give me plot details, okay, but it gave me way too many questions. And the things I was concerned about are still concerns to me. I'm not saying that this movie is going to make people love this. I mean, again, I have liked movies like The Flash. I thought The Flash was a better movie, fundamentally speaking.
Parts of it was.
Don't get me wrong. I didn't hate the Flash movie. I hated aspects of it. I hated some of the
CGI is horrible. I saw
was
that.
Good as Supergirl.
I saw that a few months early too, and I said, I was like, I know this movie isn't finished, but is the CGI going to change? And then it didn't. And then the director tried to make it sound like, well, that was what we wanted. And I'm like, I don't see that, but I don't know. But
when we have examples of Flash hyperspeed with the filming technique being done better on the Arrowverse shows. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But
and why babies? I realize you want to do the whole baby thing, but every single one of those babies looked like a plastic doll, and I'm like, I wanted to see him go splat at that point.
Some of the babies had stretched faces if you paused.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
well, when we saw, okay, here's my initial impression when we first saw it. It was, to me, it seemed like it was more, like you said, more into the classic, Christopher Reeve nostalgia comics. You never saw in any previous Superman incarnation. You never saw Crypto. Crypto was huge to me because I remember reading Superman comics and Spider-Man first before that, and I really loved seeing the character of Crypto being prominent in it, and I thought that is the stroke of genius. You brought Crypto in. That makes a lot of sense.
They brought Crypto in Smallville.
Okay, whoa. Time out. Yeah, he was in Smallville, but I'm going to tell you why that was horrible. I'm going to tell you why I did not like Crypto. Okay. Because Crypto's in this movie for one reason.
Yeah.
Just one. And it is the only reason, and it's much like people don't like the Super Star Destroyer in The Last Jedi when they hyperspace through it. I've told them that is a plot device. That was the only, they had to do something, and they said, let's just do this. And everybody chastised them for that, and yet nobody's going to chastise James Gunn for it. And I'm going to call it out the same way. It was there for one reason, and you know what the reason is, because you know what it is. If you saw the movie. And no, not money.
Money. Yeah. At the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
and again, I didn't want to say that because I don't want VileMike to be waiting for it.
That's why VileMike,
when you see it.
Well, but you made Supergirl to be, and don't get me wrong.
And then they make her a teenager, and it's
it's going up. The Supergirl movie is
dumb blonde who has a fucking, excuse my language.
She's not a dumb blonde.
Who has a cape on. And she goes, "Oh, my dog!" And Crypto. And you could have done without that whole scene.
Dude, this is based on the world. This is based on the Woman of Tomorrow, where she's going through trauma. She goes to planets with red suns.
Whoa, stop! I'm just going to tell you right now. To me, this isn't going to last if he keeps doing this. And the Supergirl movie being second makes me even question it more now because of the way he introduced her. Yeah. And I'm just saying. It is again, people are going to say he understands the source material. I don't think he completely understands the source material. And I love James Gunn, but I was worried because he's an ensemble guy. He likes to build ensemble pieces. And Superman, as a start off for a new DCEU or whatever you want to call it,
right?
Superman has to be your focus, and they didn't do that. And I'm telling you right now, tonight on General Zod's channel, go look it up, General Zod's Fandom Zone.
Oh, is that going to be before or after Jackbox tonight? Or are we not doing Jackbox tonight?
No, we are doing Jackbox, but probably after, because I told him, I said I have that. So if we don't get onto that, I don't know. I'll have to check with him. I'm about ready to check with him. I got to go upstairs and do some work and stuff. But also tomorrow on Anzo's show on Chaos Central, the Chaotic Conversation, or the Chaos List, we're going to talk about it tomorrow. I am not going to say that this couldn't have been a great movie, but people who say it's better than Man of Steel, I'm sorry, the Man of Steel was, for the most part, truthful to the source material. The problem here is again, there's another scene in this that I'm going to call out. People said something about the Man of Steel, and they are not saying anything about this. And it's like, if you're going to stay true to what you're talking about, and it didn't bother me in this or in Man of Steel, I'll just say that. It didn't bother me.
Interrupt for 2 seconds. I'm going to head out because it's going to be hot today, and I want to go get my walk in early. So I will catch you all later. Have a good stream, everybody.
Well, thanks for being here, Dandelion.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dandelion. Take care, sweetie. We'll see you.
Yeah.
I do have to go too, and I don't want to keep talking because eventually, if you keep talking and try not to have spoilers, you're going to say something that's going to give something away. That's just how it is. Okay.
Oh no! Someone already spoiled the fact for me that Metamorpho's in here, and I was like, "Fuck you! Why did you have to put that in the damn title?"
He's in the trailer.
Well, I didn't see the one with he's in, but okay.
I've been avoiding the trailers. I saw the first one, and that was it.
Vile, do not go and watch tonight's stream because we are going to do spoilers. Unless you're going to go watch it today. But I've seen this movie
probably not.
6 times.
God, the cheapest tickets around here for it are like $28.
Well, I paid $14 for mine.
I'm going to say this: I've seen it 6 times, and I haven't had to pay for one of them because the first one I was invited to, just because I know people on AMC, I'm an investor, and other things. The second one was on Tuesday, which was to see the finalized movie and also for them to have us grade it.
Yeah.
And then Thursday I saw it twice. And then Friday I saw it. No, Friday in the morning I saw it once. And then yesterday I saw it again. And I'm doing this because I'm trying to find a way to quantify my responses to people like I do with the Return of the Jedi, or Last Jedi. I'm sorry, The Last Jedi. Because people give me credit with The Last Jedi that why they still think I'm crazy for liking the movie. They at least give me a credit that I don't call people bad names because they don't agree with me. I give them reasons why I feel the way I feel. And I'm trying to do that with this because I want people to understand you could look at food on a plate and you'd be like, wow, this is amazing. You might eat the rice and be like, man, the rice is amazing. And then you eat like the steamed vegetables and you're like, oh God, this sucks. And then you eat the meat and half of it's good, half of it's bad. It's like, so that's what this movie is. Looks great. This part's good. This part's, oh my God, really? And this part's like, okay, this was good. This was good. But this was bad.
It's funny you say that. This movie is. It's the same way I defend both Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Because to me, it's like I have 2 plates of food. Individually, they're okay. They're not great, but they're okay. When you combine them together, they suck.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what this movie is it's a lot of good stuff. Looks great. But then there's moments of it, I'm like, what's the point of this? Why are we doing it this way? Because there are definite parts of this movie that pull you out of what you're really supposed to be watching because of things that sometimes happen in the background.
I want to mention at least two main characters. Corn Sweat, I think, did a pretty decent job. I mean, he channeled in parts. He did channel his inner Reeve, and I get it. I understand why he did that. In other parts, not so much. Now, when it came,
I think he was great. I think he's a great pick.
Yeah,
I don't like him as Clark Kent. I don't. He looks horrible as Clark Kent. At the beginning of the movie, when they first introduced him as Clark Kent, he looks horrible. As the movie goes along and they don't play the game, it's like, okay, yeah, it's fun.
The other one that I wasn't disappointed. I was pleasantly surprised. Nicholas Hoult, who my wife and I both saw when he did Renfield with Nicolas Cage as Dracula, and he did such a great job. We both commented on that. We said Hoult was great in that. So when I heard that James Gunn was going to have Hoult play Lex Luthor, immediately I go back. I'm thinking, okay, Gene Hackman, who just passed away, he set the bar, and I'm going to debate it till the day I die. He set the bar through Smallville, through all of this. Gene Hackman was my man. He'll always be my man. Now, that being said, Nicholas Hoult went in there. He had the sadistic attitude down. He had his hatred for Superman down. Everything was perfect. And I got to say, Nicholas Hoult, that day we saw it, could have been Gene in disguise.
Without spoilers, what dignified as Lex? was that fucking gun scene. That defined Lex. I'm like, wow.
Wait. I have no problem with him in a sense. There are problems with the way it's written, but not him. I'm going to say this. So when I have had people come back now since they've seen this movie and said, you know what? The fact that you like Superman Returns makes more sense now that I've seen this movie. Because honestly, Superman Returns is done the way this movie should have been done. If this movie was in between Superman Returns and The Man of Steel, it would have been perfect. And it wasn't. That was where I also missed the mark for me. Kevin Spacey is number 2A in this, and you just said Nicholas Hoult. He's 2B. Number 1 is always going to be Gene Hackman. In fact, in Superman 3, that's supposed to be Gene Hackman. I mean, I don't think they ever approached him for the part, but they always say that they got, they said they've always been like, he's more Lex Luthor than Lex Luthor was in the first 2 movies. And I said, well, that's because they actually got somebody that understood the evil part or the fact that Lex has always been a corporate person. So he's the corporate greed, like going back on people who hate corporate in movies. He's always been the corporate guy. That's his part.
Be right back to the coffee.
I'm sorry, I got to disagree with you there. He didn't become a corporate evil guy until the 80s.
Yes, but what I'm saying is the parts we've always seen now in the comic books. But
hold on, the Gene Hackman version of Lex Luthor predates the corporate Lex Luthor.
In a sense, but he's still given the corporate thought. They just wrote it better in 3, I think. But that's neither here nor there, really. But there's just, I can't talk anymore because I'm going to start giving shit away.
Yeah, don't do that.
We can change the subject up unless you got to head out.
I got to head out. And tonight, guys, come by. Real Review 3000. We're doing the weekly wrap up. It's over on Honstar YT2. There, it's called Sunday Fun Day or Jackbox Game Night. We're gonna do games tonight and stuff, and then after that, if
what time?
5:30 West,
5:30 my time, and Elihu's time, 7:30 your time.
8:30 Eastern, 7:30 my time, 6:30 Mountain. And on Krypton, I think that is 0300.
3:30.
Anyways.
Vile, did I just see Mrs. Vile? Did she just poke her head in?
She doesn't like to be on camera.
She came back from shopping.
Somebody poked her head in, though. That looked like her.
Yeah.
Yeah. She'll pop her head in every once in a while.
Anyways, come by tonight. Jackbox Games. The more people we get in there, the more fun it is. Really, if you guys can get in, if I have enough people in the audience interacting, I will try to save room on the panel. But every game you can be in the audience, and the audience can really change the dynamics of a game. So don't hesitate to come in. You don't have to, like I said, you don't have to play on the game, but you can be in the audience. It really makes it fun. And a lot of extra.
All right. And things. Chris, I'll resend you the clips for the eBay store. That way you can play them for me if you want.
Yes, please do.
Just the celebrity ones, not anything else.
Hold on. Just a second. Let me do this. Drive.google.
Also,
you know how to use Google Drive?
Yeah. I was going to say also, Vile, if you don't get a chance to see the movie yet, we our channel, Mikey Sues 4, is going to do not today, not Sunday, this Sunday, but next Sunday, a week from today, in the afternoon, right around 4 or 5-ish, around that time, Eastern time, and it's going to be non-spoiler, but we are going to talk about the characters we enjoyed in it, the ones that
shoot me a link because Mrs. Vile was even talking about when I mentioned the price of the tickets. We can go down and watch it in TJ for like $6.
Yeah. So do that.
Moira just did her what does she call it? Her bootleg theater, and they played it last night. So you might reach out to Moira and see where she did it. Granted, I don't like watching it like that because I like to see it on the big screen, but I understand again, money things. I understand. That's fine. So At least you could watch it there. And
one way or the other,
I
can watch it fairly cheap here. We still got drive-in theaters, so I can go to the drive-in, watch it myself, and it'll cost me less than $10.
Yep, that's cool.
Well,
Go to the
And it's
drive-in,
still
get the
kind of on
kid.
the big screen.
Hey, Vile, put your email in the private chat for me really quick, please.
I don't. Hold on. Let me turn off the camera because I gotta pick up the phone to type anything.
Sorry.
Yeah, we don't want to look at your nose hairs.
Let's see. Where?
Actually, hold on. Put your.
Just DM him on X or.
No,
something.
I'm going to send you a link. Just copy and paste that link someplace. When you do that, put the files in that folder.
Well, that didn't help. I typed it in my email and it changed it to the @VileMike symbol.
Yeah, don't worry about it because that's how it's going to do. Just go in the private chat, copy that link, paste it in your phone or on your laptop, and you can move the files you want me to use into that folder, and I'll grab them.
What the funniest part about it, the email I just gave you, I have literally had longer than my kids have been alive. I have had that email for almost 30 years.
I've had mine for 36 years.
Damn.
And I have so my first email was DEC8 Linden for the day that he was shot. I have that on AOL, Yahoo, Hotmail, Gmail,
AOL.
I said AOL back when, and I got that. That was my first one. That was on the discs. Like I seem to remember version 2 was the first version of AOL we had.
You still have Hotmail?
How the story about how I came up with the name VileMike? All right, when I was 12 years old on AOL, I was the original evil white boy, spelled EVLWHTBOY. And I got mad because people kept copying me. I started saying evil white girl, evil black girl, evil white boy, evil white guy. And I got just mad at people copying me. So I literally just took evil, put the E at the end for vile, and just used my middle name. And I've been using it now for almost 30 years. I had it on AOL. I had it on Netscape. I had it on CompuServe.
Do you have a Google account?
I have a Google account, but by that time, the other VileMike, the rapper dude, took it on there. So on Google, it's actually a Vile TVO.
Okay, because it wants me to use that. It won't let me use Yahoo for some reason, which makes no sense. So you might just copy that.
It's VileMike TVO, which stands for the old moniker of the Vile One, because I'm still the Vile One. But and then on like TikTok, I'm VileMike SDGS for SD Game Swap.
No, he did say put it in the private, not publicly announce it.
Yeah, whatever. As I said, it's an old email. I've got it. I got so many things that go to frickin' spam now. It's not even funny.
Really quick, because I gotta go. Up there in the private chat, you can just use that link, and it should take you to that folder. Or I emailed your Gmail, and it should give you that link too. But you can put your files in there. It might be easier just to use that link, honestly, because sometimes the email doesn't work. Sometimes it does. But go there, put the things you want in there. If you got any fun clips or anything like that, you can put those in there too, and I can bring those up too. Because I like to use fun clips. So anything, you can throw whatever in there, but I'll make sure.
Awesome.
Add those. So all right, guys. I gotta get out of here.
Later, man. I'll see you on your stream so we can play some games.
Yeah, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, or 5:30 Pacific. Yep. And if you're in the Mountain Zone, well, you know where you're at because you guys are the weirdest. No, just kidding. That's 5:30. That's 6:30 in the Mountain Zone. So, anyways, guys, take it easy. I'll talk to you guys later.
Later, Chris. See ya. And then there were 3.
All right, so I'm gonna change the subject completely to the title of the stream, which I had a creepy AI. Who saw the thumbnail for this stream?
I did. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
All right, so what I did is I was messing around with AI, free AI picture things, and I just wanted to see like what it would do if I uploaded that picture, and that's what popped up.
Weird.
And I looked at it, I'm like, all I did was make AI. It wasn't like I didn't give it any real prompts. I didn't do anything like that. I just uploaded that. And what I think is funniest on that thing, look at the mug that says SD Game Swap, because it still says swap, but whatever they did to game looks incredibly weird. And I had it run through a couple of times. Each time it would make certain weird changes that I didn't understand. Like one of them, because they don't read letters well enough, one of them, it didn't even say VileMike. It just had like Cyrillic lettering.
Okay, what you do is on the prompt, after the image pops up in the prompt, you type change the wording on this object to, and put the what you want to say in quotes.
Okay. It was having issues doing that.
Oh, that's what I do, and it usually fixes items. That's how I got your Professor X, because remember that little image I gave you with X watching the racetrack? On his jacket, there was a letter A as in Avengers. I'm like, no, change the letter A to the giant X and put let X in quotes, and I changed the A to an X. I'm like, okay, you have to be specific, like what you want to change and how you want to change it.
Well,
the only thing changed was the letter. Nothing in the picture changed.
I tried that a couple of times, and like one of the things I kept like, I have no idea why, but a lot of the AI programs want to put like multiple cigars in my mouth.
You know, there's a program to erase those.
I kept putting on there one cigar, a single cigar, and it would like half the time it would still upload with like a short cigar on one side and a long cigar on the other side, and I'm like, what the hell? Or sometimes when for the coffee mug, I'd say a single coffee mug, and they would put like 4 or 5 coffee mugs in the freaking picture. Some of them just float. Like one of them had a cup floating next to my head.
You know, there are programs where you can erase those images, objects, and pictures, even animated ones.
I will say right now, Photor or whatever it's called sucks.
You want to look through Hugging Faces, dude. Hugging Faces.
I'll try that one out, but yeah, I was trying Photor, and every single time, like I'd upload a picture of myself, an actual picture that I just took of myself, and it would make me look like the frickin' Mad Hatter from Alice in Wonderland, or not Mad Hatter, the Queen of Hearts. I'd have this gigantic head on this tiny ass body every single time, and I'm uploading an actual picture of myself.
Okay, you see my current icon, right? With me, my leather jacket.
Yeah.
I used that picture, and I said, "Make me an animated cartoon character wearing dark sunglasses."
Wow.
I said, "Change the background, make it more brighter."
Okay.
Yeah, I found some great AI programs, dude.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can send me a couple just so I can have some fun with it. As I said, I wasn't really going to post any of them. I deleted most of them. I sent some of them to Mrs. Vile just to get her reaction out of them.
I had a hard time getting the reflection on that helmet just right, okay? That was the most difficult one I've done.
Like one of the funnier ones that I had, I specifically put like, the first one it made was actually really good. It put me in a suit with a mansion in the background. It actually looked kind of nice. The very next one, when I just said change the background to something, I can't remember what, it suddenly added hair. And not like, kind of like a short Albert Einstein hair with a bald strip in the middle.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And as I said, I already deleted the pictures. Maybe I'll see if I can bring them back from when I sent them to Mrs. Vile, but
yeah.
I'm just like, really? Why the hell did you suddenly put hair on my head?
See,
Uh,
yeah.
Go ahead.
See, I like using this avatar because this was when I was an extra in the movie Showdown back in 1993. So this image of me is like from 32 years ago. But I love using it because I'm a movie guy, pop culture, and I talk about a lot of stuff like that. Now, I have another one that I use when I'm with my friend Gorilla's Random Thoughts. He does a cigar lounge on Tuesdays, so I put in my chilling moose, which has a cigar in his mouth and everything else. I know you guys have seen that one, so those are really the only two I like using. And
I, I've done a few
those.
background jobs, and there's only one where my face is visible. But for
Yeah,
some, it was for that Joseph Gordon-Levitt thing with Uber. How it was
yeah,
that was that show on? You heard about that one?
yeah. I heard about that one. Yeah,
Yeah. I got called in to do a background work. It was walking on the street and in front of City Hall.
yeah.
We're done. We're done walking the street at nighttime. I'm smoking a cigarette, headed back. The AD comes running up to me. He's like, "Hey, director, let you look. We need you for another scene." I'm like, "Okay, fine. Okay, I'll go with you." I go there, get changed to a heavy coat, put on a different shirt, some fucked up shoes that hurt my feet like hell. I get positioned by a wall. You see this prop person handing out cigarettes. Like, okay, which kind do you want? Apple or cherry? I'm like, I'll take cherry, of course. So they gave me about 10 of these fake cigarettes to smoke while on screen. And the director kept moving everybody around, all the background was around. And you see Joseph like, okay, again, because he kept on moving all the background actors around, right? And I end up by this pole, and we ran out of cigarettes. So we were smoking our own real cigarettes on screen. We didn't even get a bump for this. Um, and I we didn't hear he was rolling a couple times. He moved us around, rolled a couple more times, and we just stood there for about 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, he didn't call cut, he didn't call print. What we're just about to set another scene, let another cigarette guys, and we didn't hear the director call open lens, like everybody get your
Yeah.
positions ready. And we're just smoking a cigarette, and all of a sudden I hear the guy from there. He's like, damn. I'm like, I lean back behind the pole, look. I'm like, oh. And I realized during behind the scenes thing, you can see me do that, but on the actual aired episode, you don't see me do peek my head behind the pole. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
closest
Now
I
this
got
is
is I'm in an episode of Veronica Mars,
yeah.
uh,
My
sitting at a
face is
table with
visible.
Well,
sitting at
that's
a table with someone I'd never met before, pretending to have a conversation. But in the actual episode where I think I saw myself, all you can see is a blurry fat guy talking to a blurry skinny guy in the background.
wow. Yeah.
I'll see
Now
if I can
this
actually
is
find it, but it was funny as all fuck.
yeah. Yeah, now this is one of my newer avatars, which has a bunch of cats and it has my name. It has our name there, Mikey Sue's Four. My best friend Larry, who was able to send me an image of this, which it encompasses my background of our channel on YouTube, and we're cat lovers. So basically, he said, "Okay, I'll put your name there, and at the same time, I'll put all these bunch of cats." I really actually haven't used this often, and I try to use it when I do webcams, but it won't let me because they say the size is too big. So I guess
That's
I
what she
would just
said.
no. That's what she said. Yeah.
No, that's what Mrs. Vile said.
Oh, that's what she said.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Ah, hey, put that
Um,
scary thing away. No, that's what she said. Put that scary
um,
thing away.
Now, like
Yeah,
if you the one I'm using currently for this avatar was actually made by one of Caddy's friends. He does freelance work, and I just said, hey, if you want to do an updated version of the one I usually have, which I still use on certain things, the one Yitzy made,
yeah.
he was like, yeah, sure, I'll take a whack at it, and this is what he came up with. It's just basically supposed to be a simplified version of the one I already have.
Ah, okay.
But I can let's see. Can I change my avatar? I know there used to be a little thing you could just hit to change your avatar.
Yeah, it's called the thing on your right hand side where it says your name, you're in the show, or something like that. I just clicked on
Well,
that icon and it changes my avatar. Edit avatar, edit name,
Well, are you on your computer or are you on a phone? Because I'm on my phone.
phone.
It's not letting me change anything.
Huh.
yeah, that's a bit.
Sorry, I just read something. Chidi Gatwa said in his early 30s, I left Doctor Who because I'm too old. Well, Peter Capaldi's in his late 50s.
There we go. I had to go to participants.
Okay, now this is the other avatar, which has both of our cats that we own. Moonpie is on the right hand side, and on the left hand side is Deja Vu. Deja Vu is a Persian Mancoon, and Moonpie, the thinner one, is a Persian Abyssinian. So this is another avatar I use occasionally.
All right, so this is the avatar, or a version of the avatar that I uploaded for that image. The only difference, I think I uploaded the one where Caddy's character in the back is actually in the Zelda outfit, or Link
Oh,
from
nice.
Legend of Zelda outfit.
Oh, nice.
Because that's the two difference. He made two avatars. And the only difference is one, she's wearing a NX-01 uniform, and the
Right.
other one, she's wearing a Legend of Zelda costume. That's it. She's still
Wow.
an Andorian, but she's wearing Link's green tunic.
Wow. Okay.
So, and then let's see. I still have this one for if we ever do Jet Nerdy again, which hopefully we will.
Mhm.
That's the one Caddy's friend made, where I'm supposed to be looking like I'm hosting Jet Nerdy.
Ah.
And then, of course, you got just me.
Yeah. It's another one I like to use.
I haven't used the pyramids in a while, but I got that pyramid, and then I've got
This
the old pyramid, the first one.
this is another. It's an Acer. Because I have an Acer computer. This is one of their Acer images that you can use, and this is my favorite one because it looks like you're plugging yourself into the world. It's like you're plugged in. So, and I know I get like some sexist connotations. Some people give that to me. I'm like, no, 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 don't think that way. I'm sorry. This is like you're plugging yourself in. This is why I use it every once in a great while. So it's like
Yeah, the
yeah.
only reason I uploaded this one was because I was just really proud of that joke.
Oh, PETA.
Space
Yeah,
PETA.
space PETA. Yeah,
So it's the PETA logo, but we added the word space to the top, and the bunny is wearing a space outfit with the helmet and air tanks.
right.
I mean, come on, that's just fucking hilarious. I'm sorry if you don't find that funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
cheetah, perfect extraterrestrial animals. Yummy.
Ah,
and then of course the classic
Yeah.
phaser set the boink.
yeah. Okay, here's the other one I mentioned to you guys. This is the chilling moose.
Well, that
So
one just looks like a nipple.
no, no, no. This
There
is
you go.
this is the chilling moose, and that's supposed to be a Canadian moose with a big cigar in his mouth. And I would use this one, like I said, with Gorilla's Random Thoughts when he would do cigar lounges on Tuesday nights, which he still does occasionally. So even though I don't smoke and I've never smoked a cigarette or a cigar in my life, uh, I want to feel like I'm at least a part of the lounge and showing off a little bit.
Somebody needs a stogie.
Yeah, no, 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 no,
Start with
no.
the okay. Then
Don't
start with
some
the
of my
Carrillo.
parents
Start with the Carrillo, man.
Yeah. Elihu, some people on both sides of my family have died of lung cancer. No, I can't do that. I can't have that. No.
Just because you smoke
Sorry.
doesn't mean you're going to get lung cancer. People who don't smoke got lung cancer.
Well, you could get it even if you don't smoke. Period.
Yeah, so either or. That's what I said. Start with
Right.
the Carrillo.
Yeah. Oh, well, what kind of car is that up there, Vile?
That is the Google Mobile from a joke in one of our episodes where I took the Batmobile, took the Bat logos off, and I replaced it with Google.
Nice.
Look, even the tires. If you look at the tires, I replaced the Bat symbol with the Google G.
Oh yeah, I can see that. Okay. Oh wow.
Google.
Yeah, back when Photoshop was free.
Holy Encyclopedia Britannica, Batman.
So I might end the stream a little bit early because the coffee's running through me, and I got a Geloja soon.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
after I finish this one cigar, and I got to finish my coffee because after I dropped Mrs. Vile off for the second time, that's when I added the whiskey to the coffee, and I can't legally have an open beverage that has alcohol in it while I'm driving.
Whoops.
I can drink it and then drive just fine, but I can't have it open.
You shouldn't be drinking and driving, period.
Okay, 2 shots of whiskey over the course of an hour is not going to put me over the legal limit at all. I am about 300 pounds, Elihu. I was about to call you LBG. I didn't mean to insult you.
Yeah, thank you for not insulting me. I have couth.
So yeah. Hell, I could probably drink that entire bottle of alcohol and still be okay to drive.
Yeah.
Not me. I'm a lightweight when it comes to alcohol.
No, I stopped drinking after 2015. I stopped for my wife before I married her. So
a whole 24-ounce can of beer lasts my whole entire baseball game. Too much I drink.
If she wasn't sleeping in the seat next to me, Mrs. Vile would tell you that I don't drink that often or that much. Most of the time when I drink during the week, it's during this stream when I add whiskey to my coffee. That's it.
That's it. Wow.
Yeah, when I go to a baseball game, I'll get 1-2 beers. That's it. Not because it's the price, because I really don't drink.
I mean, there was one time last year when when I had my car impounded, I did drink about half a bottle of tequila. But I literally just chugged the entire thing.
If I want to drink at a baseball game, I'll take oranges with me.
Oranges. Okay.
Yeah, you take vodka, inject into the orange. All you have is oranges during the bag check. Like, okay, oranges, no problem. Yeah,
I thought you were talking about because you like Shock Top.
No. You take vodka in the syringe and you inject the orange into an orange, so you have a vodka. You have a screwdriver right there.
Then you can suck on the oranges with the vodka inside.
Yeah, and when you go through a bag check, all they see is oranges. You have no alcohol.
Yeah.
If you see people eating oranges at a ball game, that's vodka.
Yeah, but that's a weird ass container to put vodka in as a actual orange, a mandarin orange. Do you see the concept? I'm just saying you could do it. You could make it a lot easier on yourself if you use some mandarin oranges for some of those much smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah, little nips.
Yeah.
You just get one of those big navel oranges or blood oranges or whatever they are.
Oh, the blood orange. Yes. Then that way you get a mix of vodka and grapefruit.
Ew, I hate grapefruit.
With a blood orange.
What is wrong with you, Elihu? Grapefruit's freaking awesome.
I hate sour.
I think a grapefruit vodka would be pretty awesome.
I cannot stand sour fruits, sour vegetables, sour food, sour sweets. I cannot stand that.
Dang, I love sour and citric acid, so
can't stand it.
In fact, one of the times recently when I was with Mrs. Vile down in Mexico, I bought a 1 liter bottle of grapefruit juice, and I just chugged it in the parking lot because I was thirsty.
I can't even stand mint. I don't like mint in my toothpaste.
Mm.
I got a weird palate.
You sound
Yes.
almost as picky as my kids.
Hey, I'm almost 50. I'm set in my ways.
Yeah, well, I'm almost 60. I'm not quite set in my ways yet.
Yeah, I refuse to eat Sour Patch candies or sour gummy worms.
Yeah.
Just because I saw it at the Dollar Tree, one of the things I bought recently was sour spaghetti.
Oh,
It was just
oh,
like thin sour worm things, or at least same texture, same flavor, just thinner and smaller. And
Oh,
I was just putting handfuls of them in my mouth because they were so good.
yuck.
wow.
Now I want to see if Elihu eat a lemon and see if he does the same face that babies do when they taste a lemon for the first time.
Dude, the only time I use lemon is when I cook, okay?
Wait, so you make lemon flavored meth?
No. When I cook with lemon, the citric acid is cooked out, so I don't taste the sourness.
Oh, that just reminds me of this was before Breaking Bad was a thing. Okay, one of the times when my brother got released from prison, he found out that I knew how to make meth because I told him it's not really that hard chemically speaking. It's just dangerous, and some of the stuff is hard to come by because it's extremely regulated. And he got so mad when I wouldn't cook him meth for him, so he could both take it and sell it, that he jumped on top of the roof of my car and started jumping up and down, denting it.
Wow.
And then, of course, like literally within 6 months, the show Breaking Bad came out.
Jeez.
And I'm like, really? How did he know that this was happening?
I don't know.
Still never seen one episode.
No, I never saw that with Cranston. Yeah.
I'm just
I never saw
I'm
the whole thing, but the episodes I did see, like I watched like the first 2 seasons or so. He's fucking phenomenal in that role. I'm sorry.
I'm just watching 12 Monkeys. I've never seen the show. I'm never like, okay, this is way better than the movie. I'm almost done with season 1.
Oh, and I did watch I finished season 3 and I started season 4 of Once Upon a Time. And
Okay.
I still think, based on, now on completing season 3, yeah, the still root evil for everything that happens is still toxic masculinity.
Well,
It,
does it count? Well, does it count if I told you guys I've seen in a binge watching retrospective? I've seen the first 3 seasons, well, part of the third season, and the first 2 seasons of Jack Reacher, and then I've seen all 3 seasons of Tulsa King with Sly Stallone.
Never seen either of those.
yeah, I've seen
That's
clips,
good though.
but I can't get into Jack Reacher because he's such a Marty Stew character.
Speaking of Marty, I'd rather watch Rick and Morty.
Oh
No,
God, Rick and
yeah,
Morty, oh, man.
but Jack Reacher, my introduction to him was reading one of the novels originally. Someone gave it to me and said, "Oh, you need to read this. It's so freaking awesome." And I'm like, "Dude, the guy's perfect. He has no fucking flaws. How can you enjoy this? Because every situation that he's in, he's had just the right amount of experience and is still physically able to do everything to the
Yeah,
point where he he has no problems. I mean, he could be in a room full of bad guys and he's like, oh, this is the same thing that happened when I was in Afghanistan. I know exactly what to do. I'm going to do this. And then he does it. Suddenly everyone's on the floor and he's
yeah.
like, yep, I'm a badass. And I'm like, there was no stakes for me. I didn't enjoy it. So I don't know if I can get into the show because, yeah, he's just.
Well, give Tulsa King a try. At least season 1 with Sly Stallone. Check it out and see what you think of it, Vile, and then let me know.
I'll give it a shot after Once Upon a Time, but I'm going to go ahead and end the stream just because I got a Jaloja.
Okay.
All right. Later, folks. Sorry, no clips this time.
Later,
right.
weirdos.
Take care, everybody. Later.